What is going on?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, everyone? I'm your boy Mast,
And I'm Migs.
and this is Woof's Web. We are Woof Logik,
This is our podcast.
and we are back for a round 2 of spooky season. So far, I've tried to keep as festive as possible. I took Kitty to Spirit, and then we went to fucking Chili's because they had like the witch's brew fucking.
Like a mixed drink or something?
Yeah, it's like a margarita type thing, but you know how they be go all sweet as fuck and
Fuck
shit.
yeah! It's like it's mostly like margarita mix and then a little bit of alcohol. That's why it's so cheap.
I mean, it got Kitty a little buzz on the second one, so it still put in work. Because I'm not gonna lie, the first one they gave us was like strong.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a nasty like strong. It was like every time you take the sip, you gotta like get that little like. Yeah, but it wasn't too bad. But I definitely wanted to go to Applebee's instead because they got the buckets. But I know that's probably gonna be even worse, like some stomach ache type shit.
I mean, they weren't that bad. They're really tasty. I got them last time I went, and they're only like $10.
Yeah. So I definitely thought about that one. But I haven't been to Chili's in forever, so we went there. That's where I watched my parlay hit with Otani.
Fuck you, Otani.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Otani. He's one of those where it's just like one game he's gonna fucking ball out, and the next one. I think what it is the pitchers, they figure out like how to not let him, hit a home run. Because what happened with the last game where he did hit is he hit that home run, and I don't know, it went viral and shit. Yeah. So that one, the pitcher literally gave him a perfect ball, and you're not really supposed to do that as like a pitcher.
Yeah.
You're not. You got to try your best. Yeah. So he pretty much set it up for him easy. So as soon as you see like a perfect like strike, no one's gonna hit him with the fastball. Like he's quick enough to catch that, but so yeah, if it's like right in the dead center, that shit's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you would think he would, because like this is his first time in playoffs. You think this was about to be fucking Superman right now?
Yeah, man. I mean, isn't it their first game of the playoffs?
It is. Or
first series.
Yeah, it is his first series. So, but you would think like this is his first time in his whole MLB career that he's even touched playoffs. So I thought he'd be out there fucking juicing.
I mean, game one he did.
Yeah.
It's just game two that like the pitchers figured them out. So
yeah.
So it's kind of tough. But yeah, he still did strike out on I think 2 or 3 of them. So
as much as I hate the Dodgers, I kind of would want to win because I was like, man, this was like he's so good, he deserves more.
Yeah, I want Otani to win.
Yeah.
Fuck the Dodgers.
Yeah, that ass.
Yeah, so I wish Angels were actually decent enough to make it. But
it's crazy. They had 2 of the best players in the league, and they're still ass.
Yeah, you see all the fights go down at the Dodgers game yesterday?
Yeah, it's just crazy, bro. I mean, it was hot, so I met. Was it a night game though? Wasn't it?
It was like in the afternoon, then it went to the night.
Ah, okay.
So they still got some heat, but just playoff games hit fans a lot more emotionally.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess I mean, Dodgers are ghetto. The Dodgers fans, they're kind of just ghetto in general. So
that's facts.
That's just bound to happen no matter what. I mean, there's fights probably every game. We just don't see it. But this one specifically, the Padres players kept like taunting a lot of the fans.
Oh, God.
Like there was this one video where I forget the player's name, but he went out to the stands pretty much, and he was like taunting the fans, and then he gave them a ball, and in the baseball world, you're not supposed to take balls from the other team, or at least it's kind of frowned upon if you do. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, if like the Padres hit a home run and a Dodgers fan caught it, you really don't want to keep that.
Yeah.
But so pretty much he gave them a ball, and he had like that little fake smile, like, oh, here, take it, and the player grabbed it. The fan grabbed it and threw it across the field and shit.
That's funny.
And then as the player was walking back, another fan threw, probably because I guess fans take their own baseballs, and pretty much he threw it into the crowd or into the field.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like dangerous because what if it hit the player?
Yeah.
So it was like a whole ordeal. And outside of that, even the players were going at it.
Yeah, I mean they hate each other. I ain't gonna lie. It's like that really is a heated rivalry.
Yeah, it was like a pitcher and I forget what his name, Mochada, some shit like that. I don't really watch baseball like that. Just like when playoff games or when I got bets on it, I'll watch a little here and there, have it on the background. So I'm not too familiar with all the players' names, but yeah, that moment right there, it was funny though because the pitcher did strike him out. He got him clean. He was like, "Sit your ass back down."
Dude, that's just funny. Like in the Broncos game yesterday, there's one point. It was like it's on social media, but I guess it was like the play clock's about to hit, and then Bo's like trying to get the line settled in, and so that Max Crosby stands up. He's like, "Bo, say it louder. They can't fucking hear you right now." And I'm like, "Yeah, he got him good.
Yeah, he got his ass.
We beat that ass.
Yeah, you guys did. I picked the Broncos to win too.
No more
so.
broomsticks in my messages. Fuck off, Chris." You know how much I'd be pissed off? Like he like every time I couldn't even talk shit to him because he just sent me broomstick emojis. I'm like, I can't say shit because it's true. That's why this whole week I stayed quiet. I was just like, let's see how this turns out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys got the dub. I saw they benched Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, he threw after that second. No, that was his. I think that was his third pick.
Dude, Dak Prescott threw 3 picks, bro. That shit's crazy. I watched the game yesterday, and Dak was looking sorry as fuck.
The whole both teams. I was like, I bet Justin Fields to at least get a little like close to 200. They didn't do shit. And you would think with the half the damn teams in the infirmary.
Yeah, bro. That game was kind of rough to watch, especially the first half. Got a little better towards the end.
What happened with the Niners game, man? Because I really didn't see, but I didn't think it was gonna be that close.
That was a straight fumble, straight choke. It was everything in the book, man. This fucking Niners, they were up by 10, and I think it was 10-0 or no 13-3, something like that.
Mhm.
We're up by 10 though, and I don't know what happened, bro. Our defense was cheeks. Our defense this year hasn't been that good, to be honest. So, you know, and we're divisional. So, you know, division games are typically like that.
Yeah.
Even though the Cardinals are kind of cheeks. Can't forget they also got, you know, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, McBride.
It was like first like couple minutes of the game. Kyler Murray 50-yard touchdown. Like what?
Yeah, bro. So our defense is kind of cheeks. They've been cheeks for a while. I think everyone just overrates us for some reason on the defensive side. We do have Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, but if you watch the games, they don't really like dominate like that. Fred Warner does have good games, but Bosa, I feel like ever since he got paid,
that's how it always is, man. Once they get paid, they kind of release back.
Yeah, they're not fighting so much for their contracts no more. That kind of sucks, man. Like for me, I feel like if I were to get a fat contract for something, or like we get paid fat for a gig, I'm making sure everything's like perfect.
Yeah,
you know? we gotta like show that we deserve that, because you know that happens all the time. And you know this is what happened to Brandon Ayuk. He gets paid just to not do shit till week 5.
He's pissed to me. I seen some meme where it's like him and Jawan Jennings. And Jawan Jennings is fucking balling out. He's gonna get paid like $2 million or something like that.
Yeah, bro. So I mean that also brings me to, let's see, to go on to the DJ side of things. You know, all these big timers, they get paid just to play pre-recorded sets.
That's crazy.
That type of shit sucks. Or like,
but where's the fun in that? Like, I understand like you have to match it up with your VJs and stuff, your visuals. But I'm like, you could still just plan out like, hey, this is a list I'm gonna play. Just go along accordingly.
Yeah, I don't know how artists do that, man. I'll be too bored up there. You know, I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm sure. Well, it's supposedly they time code like their visuals with songs, but still, you know, I don't know. I for sure remember that one time at what was it? Fucking, what's that festival called? Bloom? No.
Yeah, Bloom.
Bloom, right?
Yeah, the one.
That duo before us, they're pre-recording.
Damn, I was like, when I saw that, cause I was like, damn, people actually be doing that shit.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, man, yeah, this is pre-recorded set." You know,
he said it with so confident. I was
like that was the first thing he told us. He was like, "Yeah, man, this is pre-recorded set." I was like, "All right." I guess he probably wanted to get it out there before we saw it or like whatever.
Yeah.
Prejudgments, but it's just like, hey, man. Honestly, I don't care, but that's on you and your project, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give your fans that, you want to be bored up there, that's on you. But it's a big thing that's gone on. That's why I do respect people like James Hype, you know. But then again, when it comes to like artists like him, everything has to be like perfect, or else it's just like any little inconvenience kind of like fucks everything up for your mindset.
Yeah.
Like I watch his vlogs a lot, so
they're good vlogs.
Yeah, it happens pretty often where, you know, like something goes wrong and it kind of just like turns that. It like messes up the whole energy or like the whole experience. Like I think at Tomorrowland was the one where he kind of like walked off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then they fixed it and then he came back and all that. So that's the thing that kind of sucks about being super picky, I guess. You know, and Layback Luke, he's like the one artist that uses Denon equipment. So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I could be that artist either, but I mean that guy's a legend. So
Yeah, he's made a name for himself.
yeah, it's kind of like
You think that's probably why they don't book him as much? Because like, damn, that's what he was then at.
hey,
Probably
that could
that'd be
be
like just like a
honestly.
hassle for us.
Yeah, that could be because he was playing like every show back from the early 2010s all the
Yeah,
way to like 2015,
I
and then
think.
that's when you kind of notice like artists stop getting booked as much and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
think the
that.
last time we seen him was at EDC when he played that throwback set.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
It was wait EDC.
Well, yeah, it was EDC. He's playing
Oh
main
no,
stage.
I saw him a time after that.
Oh, that
I
was my
think it
last
was
time.
Countdown maybe. You were there though. I feel like you were there.
Maybe I would. You know what's funny? Like with all our years raving, like the shit starts to blur for me. I
Yeah.
forget. Like, damn, what year was that? What year is that? And then because I remember being there, I don't remember exactly when that was.
Yeah, I think the main memorable things were 2015, 2016, and then after that, everything
It's
just
just a
starts.
blur, just like all raves and raves. I'm like, damn, what rave was
Yeah,
that?
but it kind of makes sense. Those were our first years of raving like that,
Yeah.
so you're gonna remember those the most, and then the most recent ones. But in between, yeah, it just gets really blurry.
Yeah.
But do you feel like there's one in the middle that may stand out, like maybe in 2018, 2019? Well, for me, it's 2018 EDC because that was my favorite EDC.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but outside of that, I don't really. I mean, it all blurs, especially the ones like where escape like costumes.
Yeah.
I don't remember which year is what.
Oh man, I forgot. I do. There was one year where I remember I wore a T-shirt, but and I was getting a lot of because it was like a wrestling one, but Halloween, and I forget which escape. I mean, it was. I do remember that one where we're all like in like I was Jason and you were Chucky and Kitty was
Oh yeah, I think that
Brian.
was 2016 or 17.
Those the ones I do remember. Like I think 2017. That's where it's a blur for me. Like I don't remember shit from that time.
Yeah, and that's kind of why it sucks, where you're going to so many, like it kind of loses its value almost.
Hmm.
But I feel like raves for me at least is kind of like a reset button, and it's just like a reassurance of like this is the type of and this is the career path you want. You want to be the producer, or you want to be the music artist to provide this type of feeling for others.
No, for sure. I mean, that's how I was always felt every time we'd go. Because one, we're ravers, but at the same time, every time I always caught myself like just watching people. I'm like, damn, this is what I want to do. I want to be up there one day.
Yeah. It's especially when you get those good sets, you're like, fuck, man, these guys are killing it.
Yeah.
But also, what can be like a bit reassuring or a bit like, fuck, man, it's just when you watch a terrible set, you're like, all right, man, what the fuck is this person doing up here? And
Yeah.
why, this should be us.
Yeah, I
or,
think
or
so.
at least like some DJ homies.
I know. There was, and then there's sometimes like I remember early on when there was this. I think this happened a lot at EDC because EDC is very like one of the bigger festivals, and I remember there were a couple of times where some first time artists would be up there and they'd be like, "I was just here last year, you guys," and then they say the whole spiel about like how you can do this if you want. I'm like, I can't do this if I want.
Yeah, it's always a nice feeling to let those types of messages out like in during your set,
Yeah.
because there's a ton of people out there that you don't even know are really trying to do this damn thing, and it's cool to hear those messages because sometimes artists don't really know the background story, or no, fans don't know the background story of artists. So to kind of hear like those messages, it's like that little bit of reassurance. It's just, oh, they were like me once, and because I remember Jaws when he first started popping off. I think it was Hard Summer 2015 was his first like debut set or something like that, or
Yeah.
like debut festival, and he did let the crowd know like, oh, last year I was there with you guys type thing,
Hmm.
and so it's cool to hear stuff like that because there's these fucking legends that probably never even been to a festival before, and they're
No,
just
for
out here
sure.
just performing. Like Martin Garrix, he for sure had to have barely even touched the festival because he was like 14, 15 when he was
Yeah,
blowing
so he
up
was
already.
probably just listening. And that's one other thing. Damn, they're so lucky in Europe because they have so many like dance stages and stuff. Like that's just part. It's just part of the rotation as far as people's music goes. So he's just probably listened to it like, and I'm like, damn, I want to make this. So he's probably never been. Maybe he's been to like some underground events, but as far as
Yeah,
like festivals, he's never touched them until he's probably played them.
yeah, exactly.
Because remember, like he would
And he blew up right away to
yeah.
stardom, so he's never even really had that privilege to just walk around and be chill.
But even if I remember like nightclub member, he was like too young, so they did literally like once he'd be done with his set, they literally had to kick him out. Like you gotta go.
Yeah, I think some festivals too, probably. But yeah, dude, that reminds me though, like, because over in the Europe, they have like just radio stations for just for anyone to listen to, and it's
Yeah.
like EDM. Like I wish we had that shit out here.
I tried to, and even like the online ones, there's barely anything. Like that's why when it was a breath of fresh air when we went to Chicago and there was that dance station,
Oh
and I
yeah,
tried my hardest to try to look for it, but it was competing with some other one, so it was just staticky. Sometimes we get it good, and sometimes it was the other station would come crashing in, and I'm like, damn.
yeah. I think like hopefully if we ever get like the financial part kicked in of artistry, that we get to put money into like maybe a radio station or something.
I don't get why there isn't one SoCal. Obviously, like Insomniac runs SoCal EDM, like, and
They
so
should have like a radio
and they do have one like Insomniac Radio, but it's something like it's
online, pretty
online. Like if
much.
they could get an actual station, I think they would benefit from it.
Yeah, but then again, FM, AM radio is kind of dying.
It
So,
is.
so I guess I mean they do have their satellite radio station. So, well, Insomniac Radio doesn't have its own actually. It's on Diplo's Revolution,
Yeah. What was it called before that?
Electric Area.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Back in the days before we could rave, like hearing that like that little the what is it called again? The DJ sample or whatever, the
Yeah.
Electric Area. Hearing that in between like a live set. Bro, that shit always gave me not gave me the chills, but gave me FOMO. I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
man. I don't know this. It just kind of meshed everything in and made it feel like, fuck, I want to be out there because it would always be in between like in a breakdown part,
hmm
like Electric Area, and then you just hear like the crowd and shit. I'm like, fuck, I want
That's
to be there.
also feel like one thing I wish they don't do anymore, but back then they like the Diplo and Friend remixes
Oh yeah,
and
Diplo
and,
and Friends.
and like Diplo and Friends. We
Yeah,
have Jaws.
I know that was always like the goal to hit one of
Yeah.
those, but I think they still do it, but it's like not Diplo and Friends. It's something else now.
Yeah.
It's where it's like it's not as like magical anymore. That vibe or whatever. Still a dope opportunity, but for sure I feel from the early 2010s all the way till what 20. When did it stop? Diplo's and Friends. It was like
I
2019, no 2018.
around there because that's like the like I remember it was still popping in 2017 and
Yeah.
18. That's when I can't even remember if there was one. So,
Yeah, I know. Who had a? I think we had a couple homies. They actually got the opportunity. I think Rod Tech did one once,
he did.
and so yeah.
Oh, dude, remember how I tell you like what happened? to Rotek, he switched. He has a new alias
What is it?
now. It's some weird name because I was just like, damn, what happened to this fool? And then but because you know how he was trying to do that disco stuff.
Yeah.
He decided to just fuck it. I'm gonna make a brand new project with full of disco instead of trying to turn the raw because people are already associated with that with like the tropical, the
Yeah.
jungle
Also,
terror
the
stuff.
name doesn't really mesh with this
Nah,
disco
and
vibe.
he's actually been putting out music for a while now. Like, fuck, I'll look it up real quick. I recently just followed him too because I'm like, I want to see what he's been up to.
Yeah, you guys would be surprised how many like artists have aliases because a lot of time they won't announce it. They want it to be secretive, and but sometimes they do promote it.
It's AXA, but he has like little asterisks at the very end.
Yo, Axe. Oh, the Axe. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's all like the stuff he was trying to do with Rotek at the end, but he just made it into its own thing, which I think is cool. And you probably just realized because Rotek is just so established into like the jungle terror, like
Yeah.
that Brown Fountain style that he couldn't try to dissociate too, so he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make my own thing.
Yeah, sometimes you do need that fresh start, when it comes to changing brands.
Yeah,
You try to force it in, but a lot of fans are like, no, we fell in love with, for example, I guess Raw Tech. We fell in love with Raw Tech for this style. And
I
then
mean, I for sure did. I was like, man, I love like his like
yeah,
fuck, what were their EPs called?
fuck, I'm not gonna remember.
No, me either. But they were like some of my favorite EPs from Barong Family, especially that the Volume 3 one.
Yeah, yeah, man. Early Bronx days were fucking something else. Like there's still a brand that likes to try new things and
Yeah,
but I feel back then it was like they're like the one label that were doing it.
yeah,
Now it's like every label's kind of doing it in a sense. But I think back then they were like the one and onlys, and so it was a special moment they had for a good couple years, I think.
yeah. No, I mean, shit. I mean, we said plenty of times, like when we first started, like one of our dreams was to get on Brown Family because like we were like every EP that would come out, like, oh, you check out the EP yet? And
Yeah.
most of the time they were fire. Sometimes they're okay, but most of the time like the early stuff like damn this shit's
Yeah, because
fire, this shit's fire.
sometimes artists would go like mad experimental, not
Yeah,
like experimental bass, which you may be thinking, but like experimental and like
just how it
going left
sounds.
field.
Yeah, and sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. But I mean, that was a cool thing about Braun. They said, "Fuck, if it's like if it sounds cool enough, we'll fucking put it on."
Yeah, yeah. So back then it was Barong, Mad Decent, even Dimac. I mean, so Dimac is still like going and shit. So not to like cut them, not to like discredit them or anything. But back then it was like those three were like the monsters, and then like
Hmm.
Osla was even in it. Like so those labels they were just like straight dominating and like changing the game
Yeah,
because they would have like their own events and. Now it's like reverse, where it's event companies start and then they start their record labels.
yeah,
So, but before it was record labels, then they start their parties, which is cool. But yeah, it would be dope to see stuff like that pop off again. I think Good Vibrations had a good run too, where they were doing like their own events. Remember, like they would have like the Good Vibrations logo, and like they would just have like
they had
tours.
like that. Remember, like the big. They had like that big ass event at the Nos Center. Like they take like a
Oh
whole
yeah,
stage, and it was packed as hell. I'm like, damn, this shit was
yeah,
fire.
Not Center. They did Palladium shows too. And then Bronx Family, they did the Palladium show once.
Yeah, I did with the world tour.
Yeah. So it'll be cool to get some stuff like that again. I like record label takeovers because they get to bring their artists up and pretty much, it's the whole label on one night and those smaller artists, they get those opportunities find like to play shows.
You know what? If we ever, I'm sure we'll cross paths again, but with y'all, I would love to ask them, hey man, like, how come you don't want to do like another like label world tour? I'm sure like the fans love it, like bro, they like the Braun people who love Braun family, love Yellow Claw, they would be all about it.
Yeah, man. They got a strong fan base to where like every show you go to, the merch, because Yellow Claw killed it with the merch early on. Like,
Dude, they were on, and because they were in collaboration. First, they were collaboration with that paper money or stuff like that.
oh, Daily Paper.
Daily Paper, and like they were collab with them at first, and then they branched out to just do like, their own stuff. Like it was all fire. Like I remember every
Yeah.
time they'd release something, I'm like, "Fuck, I want to get it," but it was mad expensive.
Yeah, they were one of the few companies that in the EDM world that had like a what is it called when it's like a nonstop like internet site, like pretty much nonstop shop. It was just pretty much a never ending shop. Unless
Yeah,
like the item sold out, it was always up there. Sometimes like artists have like merch drops and it's only there for like a limited time. But Barong Family always had like they would always restock and
hmm,
so that was really cool about them. And yeah, when it comes to the bomber jackets, man, Yellow Claw, like their fans, bro, they would drop a hell of money on those things,
dude,
and
like
because they're fucking fresh.
they had a shit ton. They had like the US one. They had like the Braun the family one, but they had like different
I
versions.
love the red one though. It was like a China or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they would kind of go based off like countries a little bit. Sometimes they would be influenced by that. And yeah, that one was really sick. There's so much merch that I wish I could have bought back then, but I was broke or it
and
was our
it made no sense to buy it. Like you could buy it, but then I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be broke as shit if I do
yeah,
this.
you would either be broke or you would be too late because like those shits would sell out quick.
Yeah, dude. There's the normal Braun family hoodie, but they had like a charcoal gray one, and it
Oh
was
yeah.
orange, and I wanted it so bad. But by the time I got it, they only had size small, and
Yeah,
so I'm like,
man.
fuck, I can't buy
Yeah,
this shit.
their quality was fucking top tier back then,
It
and
was.
that's why they're a huge inspiration. Because one day I want to have like a merch shop like that too,
Hmm.
like aside from just basic shirts or hats or whatever or hoodies. I want to go like with jerseys and stuff like that. Because remember the soccer jersey
Those
dropped
were
too.
fire too. They had like a whole ass kit too. That shit was
Yeah,
fire.
yeah, it would be sick.
They
They
had
even did
remember
boxing
remember
shorts.
remember that Blood for Mercy like racing like motocross racing jersey they had. Like it was
Oh
like one of
yeah,
the
those are
early ones.
sick.
So I was like, that was dope. Cause no, who would think of make a motocross jersey?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they're for sure tapping into everything. So hopefully artists they get influenced by that too, and they start going into other ventures. Like so, what
Yeah.
was really cool is recently is our homie Ed Vicious. That he what's it called he made those the little
Like almost like baseball kind of looking cards.
yeah almost like baseball cards, and so that's kind of like it's cool to see stuff like that too. You're
Yeah.
trying something new, trying something different. Because I feel EDM they need to really I think the EDM world really needs to try to expand and do different things because that's the way we start evolutionizing
Hmm.
and it just gives us more credit and makes us look more like a real deal type shit because there's still a world out there that they're not too familiar with us.
Yeah.
Which actually reminds me, going into the topic of Alice in Wonderland.
Dude, I was just about to tell you about that.
Yeah, that she's making kind of like a little claim on Twitter, pretty much stating that a bigger artist stole her stage design, which she's alluding to Billie Eilish. Or
She never did, but like the comments were like, "Yeah, it's Billy." And then someone
yeah,
posted a video. I have yet to see how the white fang setup, which is like Allison stage, but supposedly it looks just like that. And if it does, cool. But also, I'm like, there's only so much a stage could look like. Someone's bound to like just like have like
yeah.
kind of similar stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's the tricky part about stage design, stage production. It's just like, a lot of artists really do go above and beyond to create something fresh and new. But yeah, it's just bound to happen where it's going to be duplicated.
Yeah.
Maybe the timing was a bit too convenient for inconvenience or whatever, for her, and that's why maybe it's really triggering or really like
Yeah, I
hitting.
mean, she did say she spent a lot of her money like trying to build this stage design for her sets and
Yeah,
stuff.
that kind of does suck though, because I also heard, I don't want to throw names out there, but there was an artist in the EDM world. No, actually, they're both EDM world. There is a song that's very popular that a very popular artist remix, but also a smaller artist remix. And the smaller artist released a remix, and right away the bigger artist released their remix.
Yeah, I mean,
So it kind of overshadowed the smaller artist remix, even though like I feel no matter what, they're both gonna get their own attention. They're both gonna get like love.
mhm.
It just sucks when you feel like the bigger fish kind of fucked your shit up.
Were they similar sounding?
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying. Like it could
I
still
mean, that's
be.
just how it goes, you know. Like, I mean, I can't count how many times um, we like schedule songs for release. At this point, I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna release it. So we thinking, all right, we're one of the few people releasing, like not knowing people just release stuff all the time. And then some bigger artists is releasing like their debut albums or like crazy ass songs. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn.
that's why I try not to announce like any plans as much.
Hmm.
And for those that I do tell, they're gonna be like friends that we know, because I don't know if they're copying our shit.
Yeah, it's just how it goes. You know, people release stuff all the time. You can't be
Yeah,
careful
yeah.
about it.
So, it is what it is. Hello. The fuck? I feel like my mic was making a weird noise. Oh, can you hear me? Yeah, it is what it is. But keep it moving, keep it pushing. You're still gonna kill it with your stage design. People are still gonna love that shit.
Yeah.
I feel the EDM world and the mainstream world, they're super. There's still a gap in between to where you're gonna get your respect no matter what.
No, for sure. But I do think that like at least for the Allison thing, I'm like you can still like put I because I don't think you can like trademark stages, right? Or, like do
No,
anything
not
like
really.
and like when you put it out and suppose if it is actually the Billie Eilish design, and when she put it out, then you're always gonna know like, oh, I did it first.
Maybe she just made that statement because she doesn't want her fans to feel like she copied Billie Eilish or whatever.
That's true.
Because sometimes I can see why you would want to put it out there so that you don't look like you're just straight copying. Because fan bases are pretty brutal.
For sure.
they,
I mean,
they
like
can call
looks.
you out on your shit, especially with social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of instances like this though. So, but don't overstress. Stage design is not really that important. Your fans are really going there pretty much just to hear your set.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask what would be your stage design ideas, but then people were gonna copy.
I mean, I don't know, man.
there's
That's
there's
hard.
a lot of stuff that I know would be so sick, but it would be hard to either afford or to even like just
Who
actually
you?
bring it to life.
I'll put it as this: who are some like the more memorable stage designs that you've seen from like artists that you're like, damn, that's fucking tight.
Let's see.
Like for one, for me is like obviously I think everyone's like Dead Mouse Cube design for his
Yeah, that
sets.
was cute. When it was the first time he debuted? That what 20?
18, 17, somewhere around that age. And I remember they had to
Are
do
you
it.
sure? I could have sworn he done it earlier.
No, he did do it early, but he had to redo it because like the first one was so heavy that they had to like specifically go to specific areas that would hold the weight of the whole stage because it was a
Mm,
heavy design.
yeah. The cube's been around forever though. He even calls it like V3 or
Yeah,
some.
he's like switching it up.
Yes, that's cool. I mean, he was kind of the first to make it like a staple of his brand.
Mm.
So, most people probably wouldn't want to copy that. But
No.
I think there was one that Porter Robinson did. I think it was like cubes, but it was like 3D. It was like a whole wall of LED
Was
screens.
this during like when he was doing the virtual self stuff?
I don't. I think it might have been right before that. It was like I don't remember if it was Coachella or what, because a lot of artists like to make Coachella stage designs.
Mm-hmm.
But his was sick. It was like literally like cubes, like stairs,
Yeah.
but like going over.
Damn, I'm gonna have to look at it again because I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
wish I remembered what year that was, but it looked really, really fucking sick. I know Eric Prydz always brings
Yeah,
out some cool stage
his
designs.
I forget like Pride. I forget. It's specifically called something whenever it's like a live show, and that shit looks cool because it's like it's in a cube shape, but it's not like him being in the cube necessarily. It's just like the way the lights are positioned, so it looks
Yeah,
like he's like in the screen, but in reality he's not. It's just the lights.
yeah. That shit's sick right there.
The more recent one, and it's not really a stage night. It's just more his visuals, like the anima dude.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's sick. I think someone I don't. So the one that's cool is Life in Color, the event company.
Mm-hmm.
How they would bring out like the lion inflatable thing. Do you
Oh
remember that?
yeah, I do remember that.
That looks pretty sick. I always liked Escape's main stage design when they first started doing like the clown
The
thing.
clown one. Now they do like the skeleton dude.
Or no, what was it before? It was like the fucking. It wasn't a clown before. It was like the thing with it was like an animal. Remember?
I can't.
It looked like some type of animal, and then they put it into the clown, and now this.
Yeah, I don't remember. I do remember before even that one they did like the main stage. It was just like a graveyard setup, but that was only for that
Yeah.
one year they did it at the Glen Helen Amphitheater.
Yeah. What I feel they've been killing it though with that mega structure, the fucking spider and the spider webs.
That's fucking
That
cool.
shit looks fucking sick.
You remember when they? I think that was Escape where Keizo and Boombox were playing in that one warehouse,
Oh
and that was
yeah,
the last time they did it because it
yeah,
got too packed. But the same, it looked cool because it had like purple like fangs or something like hanging up, and like the whole stage was like a big LED wall kind of thing, and like the artists were like super high up, and it was like the bass was fat as fuck because it was just bouncing off the walls from the front
yeah.
row. We're like, fuck, I can't hear shit.
You know what's funny is behind every six stage design is just a flat wall of just poles and shit.
Yeah.
It's funny because like sometimes when you're in the crowd's view, you're just like so like in shocked and amazed of like how the stage design is. But then when you see like videos of behind the scenes like background, like
Mhm.
it's kind of weird because when you're in front of the stage, you're kind of intimidated. Like fuck, man, this shit looks like crazy. Like just imagine being on that stage and looking at this crowd. But then if you see behind the scenes, like on the backside of the stage, it's kind of like it doesn't lose. Well, it loses its aura.
Yeah, I mean that because you're taking a peek behind the curtain,
Yeah,
figuratively and literally.
yeah. But it still looks. It's kind of crazy to think that you get it brought up on the golf cart, get off the car. You're about to walk up on the stage. It's still kind of like it's a feeling we haven't felt yet because we've never really been a part of that type of a stage design.
Hmm.
But I wonder how it's gonna feel, walking up there. Like if that's gonna be when the nervousness kicks in again. Because as of right now, I don't have that shit. But I wonder if that's like I kind of put myself in the artist shoes of the videos I watch.
Hmm.
I'm like fuck, like I wonder if it's gonna finally like be like nerve wracking
You know
again.
what's funny? Like, bro, what if like, cause I obviously most of the times these stage setups in the back, it's like stairs to get up there, and I'm
Yeah,
like, was there where like, what if there's like a handy capable artist like in a wheelchair? Like, how are they gonna get him
yeah,
up?
true. Uh, oh, you know what? I think it was the Alice in Wonderland video. I think at EDC when she was pregnant.
Oh
I
yeah,
think I seen a video of her like behind the decks, like waiting for her intro and all that, like just sitting there waiting. And she was kind of just like chilling, like being a little bit nonchalant, which artists at that level probably already feel like this is just another work day type
yeah,
shit. But I'm like, fuck. Actually, watching that because it's EDC, is main stage. I was like, Loki, like I'm already kind of getting nervous watching the video, so that's why the thought came back into my mind. I was like, fuck, I think I actually am gonna get nervous again one day with those types of, I think it's just waiting for it to happen is
yeah,
the nerve wracking part. Because once you press play, like I say, like 5 minutes into it, it kind of all like
for
fades out.
sure, for sure.
Yeah, so shit. Hopefully that day comes sooner than later. Is there like a stage that you've always like? What's on your like number one stage right now to perform at?
In any stage,
Yeah, outside of Kinetic Field, because we all know like that's the
yeah,
fucking
that would be cool. Damn, I would love to see like the like the circuit grounds one.
circuit ground. Yeah, that shit's like kind of intimidating as well. You know what? I kind of have an idea though that I feel like when you're on stage, it's gonna look a lot smaller for some reason.
It does. Yeah.
I feel like it might be like that. I don't know. But it would be sick though to see their visuals along the walls. Cause something that kicks into my brain at least is like the surrounding detail of shit. It all makes the experience. Like if you're on stage and there's one little missing element, it could be a whole new experience compared to if you have one added on.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find like a good example of it, but one example that I noticed Sarah Landry she does. Uh, I don't think she has a fan on behind her because it makes it cool. It makes her feel like like less hot. I think she does it for that vibe, the
She
scenic,
does have a fan on her all the
like
time.
make her hair like always like
Dude,
waving.
I just realized that.
Yeah, bro, because that's something that adds like an extra element to the experience or the vibe.
Yeah.
Like so, what makes her videos look like they pop a lot is like having the fan behind her hair because it just makes it always like.
Yeah. I mean, have you got a chance to listen to her album yet? The new one?
Oh no, I didn't even realize it came out already.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I remember there was like she did like a video. It had like little snippets of each song she played, and some of them sound like damn. She went. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's like gifted producer, but like there are a couple of them I'm like damn, these sounds like some heaters.
Oh, I gotta check it out. But yeah, anyway, yeah, man. So because we have the fans in front of us
Yeah.
usually, but like no one has a fan behind them. So yeah, I feel like that's a added touch she probably puts on her writer or something. Uh, but yeah, the album though, she put a lot into that marketing.
She did.
She put like she does hella photo shoots when it comes to like big releases or now this album. And that's something a lot of artists should be doing because it kind of like builds around the hype,
Yeah.
and I think that's something that's missed a lot of days. And when she does her shit though, you could tell like she's heavily inspired by um I want to say like Venom, but
For sure.
she
Yeah.
does like so many like she gets inspo from like video games too. I feel like from back then, like
Yeah.
because back then that type of vibe was pretty popping, and yeah, I think Kazel does a really good job at that too, at marketing his stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um,
Even early on, he's always been like really good about it.
yeah, so if you're like an aspiring artist, you really want to like build around any type of release, just to kind of give it its moment.
Yeah, I mean, you put a lot of work in the song. Like, make sure it gives it its flowers. Make sure it has its time of day.
Yeah, because one thing I've learned is like you can't, even though we still do it, but it's because we're broke boys. It's kind of hard to do this as a smaller artist, but if you can, you always want to give everything into your product because just putting out a song and just hoping, just waiting for playlisting or waiting for the plays to do its thing is not enough to really like blow you up or make you level up.
Hmm.
You would think with every album or EP release that you're kind of jumping another level because that's ideal. At least if you really want to catch the attention of managers or agents, you gotta like show that you're willing to invest in yourself and make everything more special within your project. Otherwise, you're just putting out to put out.
Yeah.
And even if you do get the playlisting or like the promoting done for your song, uh, it's still not enough. Those plays are kind of just like they're bubble plays, like they're ghost plays at that point. You're getting streams just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
You're not really like you're not converting those streams into like actual fans. So that's kind of something a lot of artists, you really got to take note in and make sure you get it down.
I still always want to do like a music video for one or
Oh
something.
yeah, yeah. Music videos have that kind of reminds me, man. I was just recently thinking, music videos have really died off in the EDM scene.
For sure. Like, I mean, I used to be like, I mean, the idea of making a EDM song into a music video, it is kind of hard. But I mean, there's some classic ones like Do you remember the Deep Down Low one for El
Yeah, that
Chino
one
Con?
was sick.
That one was sick. Even like the old Eurodance ones, they were pretty dope.
Yeah.
Most of it's just the girls singing.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. There's some that are just kind of like, what does this have to do with the fucking song?
Yeah, and it had to be kind of cool in a different way because obviously like the automatic route is to put an EDM song into like a dance party scene, which
Yeah,
it'd be cool. But I feel like there's like other ways you can go about it, make it look different.
yeah. That's for sure on the bucket list,
Oh, you
though.
know, one of my favorite ones that I've seen recently, and the songs, it grew on me at first. I thought it was whatever, but I really enjoy it now. It's like one of Skrillex's songs that he just put out from his last album. It was like the one with the Pakistani vocals. It's called
Mm,
Zena. Oh, Zena, and
I
it
got,
sounds like yeah. I won't. I'm not gonna mouth how it sounds
I
because
can
it's
clip that shit.
but that they had like had the he had like a Pakistani girl like singing on it, and it sounded cool as hell. And
Uh,
in the video, it's like it's cool because it's like there's like two girls on a bike, and then at one point she ends up in the middle. All these girls um 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 they're all in the middle like of some big tower, and they're all here like dancing and stuff. It looks really dope. I was like that was a really cool music video idea.
you know what probably killed music videos is just the fact that you know your only outlet is kind of YouTube, and I feel music videos had more value when like MTV was popping, because
Yeah,
even like rappers and shit, their music videos aren't really like anything special anymore nowadays.
nah, not really.
Yeah, it's just like having girls and that's it. and
Yeah, in
and
cars.
yeah, and so like with EDM, I mean, you kind of got to have like a storytelling song ideally,
Hmm.
because it's hard to come up with just any random idea for a song that has no really like storytelling, even though Deep Down Low had its
But it was cool visually.
yeah, it's cool visually, so it's either about got to be like cool visually or like actual storytelling,
Yeah.
but not that loving story type shit. I feel like that's already just it's already ran its course.
Some of my favorite. They're cheesy now, but back then for a time that was just how it looked. It was like these old Armin van Buuren music videos because like the
uh,
way they were just shot. It made me laugh because they look like old Eurodance videos, but it's just some girl singing, and I'm like,
yeah, or you got like mountain views, or you fucking have a car chase or something, or
yeah,
like a fucking guy and girl running, I don't know,
like
running
that.
holding hands and just
Do you remember that Root? Did you ever watch that Root Sandstorm music video?
nah.
Where like the guy's literally like getting chased by some other people because he's holding like a briefcase, and the
Mm.
whole video is just him getting chased around.
What would be kind of cool is like a full, and the my one of my favorite early day music videos was the song by Avicii, and was it Sebastian Drums, My Feelings for You. It was like a
Mm,
Pac-Man
yeah,
animated shit. I feel like animated videos would be a cool route to go in EDM because it's more feasible, I guess,
yeah,
and it doesn't cost as much money for like production and all that. I feel like that would be a cool route because there's a lot of good examples out there where it's just animation is like the whole concept, and it's cool, like the fucking what is that fucking frog
oh
dancing,
yeah, Blue Frog.
some shit like that. It's
Yeah,
like bing bang or
yeah, yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
They I think theirs is all animated, and even gorillas, their animated videos,
Yeah, but
those are sick.
yeah. I mean, that's like the whole thing. Like this is it's just one guy, so like he has to do all of the animated.
Hmm.
Even like the live shows, like he's like behind the screen, and like the screen is like showing the guys playing, but it's just him.
Yeah, and Major Lazer, the animation stuff,
Damn, Major Lazer.
yeah. So I feel if you can't afford, doing the whole stage, all the production stuff, maybe you try to see if you can get someone to do like a animated thing. I
Yeah,
think 40 just did one recently.
really?
Yeah, 40 just had one.
Shout out for you.
I don't know if it's his own original. I'm assuming it is because it's original song.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff like that. Like Monster Cat does a lot of animated stuff, right?
Yeah, Monster for sure. They're very like locked in with like
Oh,
like video games and
you
stuff.
know what I loved back then was Pixel Terror, like all their artwork.
Yeah, they had some dope artwork.
Yeah, because I think the Bentley guy, he had like he does his own shit, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I'm sure we'll tap into that one. Do you think we have a song right now for that? Probably not, huh?
Not right now. I think more so once we're finished up with these other tracks we're finished. I think we could write something cool like that. Because now
Yeah,
we're tapping in more into vocals. Because now I think at this point we just we said because like there are a bunch of cool like vocals we get off of Splice, but then everybody gets it off Splice. So then like
Yeah.
like when I every time I look through vocals, I hear it like damn, it sounds fire, and I'm like then I think to myself, I know someone already has it, and then sure enough they do, and so that's
Mm.
when like really we've been just writing our own vocals, and we've had either Kitty write them or whoever wants to do it next, by all means they don't. I'm sure they don't want to hear me on this shit. But I'm like, at this point, my man, fuck, and it adds more fun to it because now, like, we'll spend time like like figuring out what to write about it, and it adds a different like um part to it's actually now it is actually songwriting
You
to
know,
that.
low key, I feel like I'm a good songwriter, but I don't know.
You have catchy lyrics, bro. Like of the times like we have like this thought to write down our own stuff, you've always like
Yeah, and
write
there's a lot that I wrote in my notes, but I just delete them because it's been like years old already.
yeah
So, but and typically what I like to do is I like to just whenever an idea is too old, I just scrap it already.
yeah
Because I have like drop ideas and then lyric ideas. But I definitely same thing. I want to tap into like more not commercial stuff, but something with more meaning to it. Because
yeah
I know like us we do love like bangers and we love drops and stuff like that, but I feel the miss something we have missing is like storytelling songs,
hmm
and I feel like those really do stick with the fans a bit more longer, and it kind of like they become like staple songs now.
yeah
So as long as it's a good product, but it's tough working or finding lyric or vocalists because they're I don't know, a lot of the time the good ones they're not really like in the scene.
yeah, and then like, at the end of the day, that also costs money to
Yes,
pay.
well
You gotta
some
pay,
want money,
yeah,
so
or someone song credits or someone both. It just matters figuring
yeah,
out what to
which
do.
the song credits is whatever, it doesn't
Yeah,
really matter. It's the payment fees that kind of are tough because some of these they charge a shit ton, like
yeah.
thousands of dollars. I'm just like, damn, we ain't even gonna make no money off this
No,
shit.
not really.
So pretty much you just gotta lose money to
I
make the song.
remember one time like because there's like some obviously very popular like there's like a certain rotation of like EDM vocalists that people like use like back in the day, and like sometimes we would find out like oh they're available for like commissions and stuff, and then we would find out like oh yeah this person wants this much for a feature. I'm like how much? And I'm like oh never mind, I'm good.
Yeah, dude, it'll be like $3,000 and up. So, yeah, that's just tough. But if you're an aspiring vocalist and you want to like get some work done and just see what happens,
Here's
feel
up.
free to hit us up. Even if you're not like so much like quote unquote being like an artist or anything, but maybe you want to give it a shot, hit us up because we're always looking.
Yeah.
We're always open to the idea of having more, songs, singers on our songs.
Who's someone that you've like always wanted to work with like vocally wise like
Ellie Golding, and
Ellie, yeah.
bro, there's this girl at my church who sounds just like her. I'm like, fuck, man,
Hit
look.
her up, be like pull up.
Yeah, but I never see her though, like
Ah
only on the
damn.
stage and that's it.
And she's like, hit her like you want to be on a song?
Yeah, for real. No, for real, man. And I've actually heard stories of like this where, but not in EDM, but where an artist like they get people that they hear at church and they'll just have them like work on songs,
Yeah.
or they're previously working for their church, like doing like
Oh, okay.
instruments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they'll join bands or like stuff like that. So I think Evanescence, the girl, she does like church stuff too.
Yeah, she's a I someone I always wanted to work to. Flyboy Kino.
Who's that?
You hear him a lot on like on WeWork songs.
Oh, I think I know. Like he does like just noises, kind of.
Kind of.
But like lyrics, but like kind of just like
Yeah, I've always liked with his sound. And before this is when during like my super bass heavy music days, I always liked this guy. I think his name is Messinian. Like Excision used to work with him a lot in a lot of his older songs.
yeah, man. There's a lot of artists that from old EDM songs that I wanted to like see if they're still doing.
Oh, Haley from the one that always sings on Cascade songs back in
Yeah.
the day. I've always wanted to like damn. When I heard her in the eyes, I'm like damn, she's so good.
Yeah, man. But I'm sure they're expensive.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it would be cool to like just strike gold before they fucking pop off, or be the reason why they pop off.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to do that. That's why like I would love to work with someone just like that. I see they got the voice. They're just not really trying to be an artist. They just
Yeah.
know how to sing good. Like I have like so many. Like I even got some cousins, but they live far, so That's a tricky thing right there too. Like they don't know how to handle uh production equipment, so they can't like really record like high quality stuff on
Yeah,
their
that's
own.
fair.
So it's tough to work far from them, but hopefully we get them on some shit soon. If not, yeah, like I said, reach out to us if you want to. Um,
Even our homie, man, come on, pull up. Who wants to be on a song?
but yeah, I think that's for sure in the near future goals.
Yeah.
Probably next year, sometime early next year, because we have a lot of stuff to release all the way up until what, probably maybe April, if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
If we really wanted to. But yeah, I think next year will be a cool year to tackle on some new challenges like that.
Yeah, I like to. You know what's funny? Uh, I saw, like on Icon, they were doing like some like it was like a introductory like production workshop where like it's like 3 days next month in November where you just go and like you do like it's like kind of like a small crash course if you like they give you a little taste of what they do there and it was only like $150 and I'm like damn I kind of want to do that because I've always expressed to you I've always felt like I want to I there no
Level
there
up.
level up and there is always level up. I don't think you should ever just feel like you're good enough because then at that point like, it gets stale like I like sometimes I feel like stuff, and I think that was like a cool idea to do. I just have to like go about getting the days off because it's during the week, and I'm like,
Oh,
damn, that's where the tricky part is because like I'd have to like put PT on for that.
it's during the daytime.
10 to 6 each day.
Damn. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, fuck it. If you're willing to get fired, your boy's
Man,
already gone.
I was this club man. They fucking pissed me off last week. Like, you know we were boss. They pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah. So I actually got my what is it called? What is it
Two
called?
weeks notice.
No. Well, that too, but what is it fucking called? I'm blanking on the word. Orientation.
Oh yeah.
I got my orientation in a couple hours for my new job. I ain't
Oh
gonna tell you
today.
where. Yeah,
Oh okay cool.
I ain't gonna tell y'all where, but she trying some new things in life. I was working at my job for 7 years already.
Yeah, I'm sure for you it's just time already. Like you're just done.
Yup, it's time. I don't like waking up so damn early no more because I feel like every day is just like it's a never ending cycle of being tired,
Yeah, and especially in there with it being sweaty and
being
hot.
hot, dealing with the weather in there sucks, and then waking up at 4 o'clock sucks, and staying there for 10 hours sucks.
And it's just, I mean, like, I mean, all jobs you kind of do the same thing, but there specifically, it's just literally doing the same thing day after day.
Yeah, and I've already pretty much mastered everything over there. You know, I
Yeah,
don't really got no more growing room in there anymore.
yeah,
So yeah, something new, something different. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this the end of the year holds for us. The end of the year actually the what next year holds for us too.
mm,
Yeah, I can't wait to announce our New Year's Eve plans. Just know it's gonna be New Year's. Just know
yes,
it's big. So
very big.
whatever you think it might be, it probably is. Go get your tickets. But yeah, that's just to our supporters and viewers. You know, I know the whole world ain't watching this, so
Yeah,
that's
to
the
the
big
50 y'all, man, fuck with y'all.
yeah. You already know. Go watch. Go get your tickets. Trust me, it's
Yeah,
gonna be lit. It's gonna be sick. Nocturnal. It didn't happen, so this one we're gonna make it even more special.
yeah,
Hopefully we figure out how long our set's gonna be because that's like a whole that changes everything.
yeah.
But I'm excited. I don't know if there's anything else you want to tap in on. I think I did have some other stuff, some topics before we head out.
We could run it. What you got?
Um, oh yeah, Fred again. He's headlining Coachella.
That's fire. I think I personally love it, but I think it's like people are always like again, and I'm like, well, I think last time it was kind of last minute, no? Like his headlining thing.
Wasn't it the B2B?
I was the B2B, my bad.
Well, it was
Or
with him,
B3B.
Skrillex, and
Yeah,
Fortet. So you know what? I think it's good for EDM.
yeah,
It's good for EDM that we got a headliner as dope as him. A lot of people, for whatever reason, don't really see what the hype is about him, and I can understand that. And like for those that are in the mainstream world, they're not too into EDM
no,
because, bro, his songs are like literally they capture a whole vibe. They literally are so like cinematic, and his production is just fucking crazy.
hmm
So typically with artists like him, it doesn't translate well into the mainstream world, you know.
right,
And even like people that are into dubstep, like people that are into like dubstep and techno, they don't really understand this type of EDM.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough. I feel maybe if you, I don't know, because I've heard people have their experiences at Fred again sets, and they're just like, oh, I was just bored, and it's just because you have to know what you're going into. You're not gonna be into like jumping.
No, not for sure.
Yeah, so you're not gonna be like experiencing the high energy stuff a lot of the time. But you just gotta go into it. Just
Get a little groove on. Get
yeah,
that
just
done.
know you're gonna be just you're in for an experience. And yeah, so for him being the headliner of Coachella, I can see where people are disappointed because Coachella used to be like this whole big thing where it's just you had the biggest artist
Yeah.
at the time, which Fred again is one of the biggest artists in EDM. But as far as like mainstream artists like Kanye West or like Rihanna,
I think they were. I think Golden Voice was literally saying like they were trying to for next year. They were trying to book Kendrick or Rihanna or both. I think, and
I
they
mean,
couldn't do
yeah,
it.
bro, that's a 3 day festival. It's not
Yeah.
like he's headlining every fucking day.
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, congrats to him. He really, you know, had a massive fucking turnaround in his career from like literally 1 year to the next type
Yeah,
shit.
he just blew the
He
fuck
just
up.
blew the fuck up,
I mean,
and
but the talent was there. Like it was gonna happen. You know,
yeah, yeah. And in this 4 year span of him like being on radio, being on like in people's faces,
Yeah.
how he is now, he's really. I mean, he's shown how big you can do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's had his own individual shows, and they would sell out back to back to back. So I think it's deserving.
I
I
think
think
so
it's
too.
deserving for sure. And then another topic it was Dioro at Chuck E. Cheese.
That was fire.
I remember seeing the first clip. I was like, "What the fuck? This for sure has to be like a family party or something."
No, he planned it out.
But yeah, he planned it out, and I was like, "Whoa, shit!" I guess for what is that album or EP called that
Some that
Audi?
I forget, but I thought it was cool because you see the little kids, they had the little thing going on.
Yeah, bro, that shit. I mean, EDM's for everyone, bro.
It really is.
One thing that I've learned is when you DJ like family parties and no one's on the dance floor, those kids are gonna be on the dance floor when you
Yeah,
drop some fucking
kids
house
love
music.
EDM, man.
Yeah, they love to just be like, doom, doom,
One of
doom.
my one of my friends, a good buddy of mine, I had from my old warehouse job. I still talk to him here and there, and his kids love our music, bro. Like I remember, I forgot to send it to you, but he recently is when we put out her favorite song, Senses.
Senses. Yeah, oh yeah. You know what? I wonder why though.
I think she likes the vocals. Like he literally has a video of her like singing the song along, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. See, we got little kids supporting us more than you, fake
Yeah,
ass homie. No, just kidding. But my cousin, she actually told me her son likes our songs too. Like he always wants to hear it. Like it's spider music.
yeah, and then it is that's funny. Smart. That's funny. No, they really resonate with like the EDM. I think it's just more that I think as newer as the younger generation, that's just part of what they listen to now.
I feel like a lot of kid streamers are kind of like listening to EDM too, like a
Yeah.
lot more now. I feel EDM's kind of going hand in hand with like the gaming a little
Hmm.
bit, because there's a lot of DJs that play like at Comic Cons and shit like that, or
Yeah.
like the gaming cons or whatever the fuck they are, the conventions for gamers. Like they'll have like stages with EDM, and like, I mean, the fans like it, so
Yeah. Even like Jose. I remember like I was in Andreas and I was working on the song and then he's like, oh, what you working on? And I'm like, oh, I'm making the song. He's like, you are? And I'm showing and he's over here like dancing to it. And I'm like, man, kids just love EDM, man.
yeah,
I fuck with it.
yeah, and that's why you need to keep the innocence of your kids and just play Wolf Logic music, because
Yeah.
this rapping shit is it's not good for your kids.
Don't play them whore.
Oh shit, I didn't even think about
Don't play them
that
that
one.
one.
Yeah, yeah, low key, like going into the release, I was kind of getting nervous of like, I know our family like sees all our shit, so I'm just
Yeah.
like,
My
fuck.
mom sees it all the time. She's on her Facebook. She's like, what is that? I was like, oh, it's a such song release.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what? I kind of like it. It's kind of like we took a risk,
It worked out.
and it's a bop. I
Yeah.
feel like that shit will kill it on any dance floor for the most part. We put a clean version out.
Oh, damn. How
I
did I?
want up like a
Yeah.
What would be a Kids Bop version of that song?
Oh God, damn. Wanna hug you like a.
I love it when you hug me like you're. I love it when you hug me like you're. Uh, I don't know.
I don't know. That's hard. That's such a hard word to rhyme.
No, that's funny, man. But I hope you guys like that song. Go stream it if you haven't yet. That shit
Please
is
do.
out right now on. If you want SoundCloud, go ahead. It's on Spotify. It's
Apple
on
Music,
Apple Music. Go check that shit out.
please.
And also, real quick before we close this one out, don't start bringing your bullshit to these fucking after parties. All these afters. Recently, there was over this past weekend there was like a gun shooting
Oh God.
at Sextasy, I believe.
No, not sexist. Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, man. I guess the guy was denied entrance because of the attire he had on. Because
Yeah.
that, we don't really want. Well, not we. A lot of these events don't really want like people that look like they're up to no good, like
Yeah.
cholos or like gangsters or gang members or whatever.
Yeah.
And just the way he was dressed, it was kind of giving off like a little bit of a off-putting vibe, like "What are you doing here?" type shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes people's energy, when they come to the front entrance and they're not like given what they want, they always like give a very threatening vibe.
Yeah.
So luckily, the afters they often have security guards and shit. So
Yeah.
luckily they got that, but we don't really want to be. We don't want this to be trending into that direction where violence is happening at the afters.
Yeah. You're there to have a good time. You're there to party. You're there to.
Yeah, so it is unfortunate because we've already been hearing for years, the scene is changing, the people that don't really fit in, they're just bringing their negative shit,
Yeah.
whether it be fighting or, disrespecting girls or even guys. So,
I mean, that's what's crazy to me too, because like obviously before like in the old underground days, like like the cholos and the gang members, they would go to this shit, but they're there to have a good time. They ain't there to cause no trouble or
yeah,
nothing.
I've seen some clips before where there'll be like shuffle circles and there'll be
Yeah.
like cholos in there just
Yeah,
shuffling and
yeah,
shit.
and that's I'm like now
Yeah.
I see it sometimes, like sometimes when we would go like I would go lick and dip and I see them there and there's like they're there because like it's a party, but they're there just like kind of like this.
Yeah,
And
they're there and they're all minding their own business, just
yeah,
vibing a little bit. That shit is so dope to see, and I just really hope people just don't start messing it up because
yeah,
we don't want to have prejudgments about people just because just how they dress or how they look.
no, never.
And literally, I've met the nicest people that may look like the scariest, and yeah. So hopefully, just overall, we just don't let this be a habit, and
Yeah,
yeah. If you guys see something, say something. We'll go ahead and close this one out. We'll see y'all next week and hope you guys have a good time.